भक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता
शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे। परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
समर्थ बनाओ।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर शुभ संदेश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
पाणिर्मधुरः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
तरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीथी मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी बरनौ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायकु फल चारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बलधामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी, कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा, हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे, शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन, विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर, प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया, सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा, भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे, रामचंद्र के काज संवारे, लाय संजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए, रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई, सहस वदन तुम्हरो जस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे, सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा, यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते, तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीना, राम मिलाय राजपद दीना, तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना, जुग सहस्त्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू, प्रभु मुद्रिका मेली मुख माही, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही, दुर्गम काज जगत के देते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते, राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे, सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरन, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना, आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाकते कापे, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे, नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा, संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे, सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा, और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे, चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा, हे प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा, साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे, अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता, राम रसायन तुम्हरे बासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा, तुम्हरे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे, अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म है भक्त कहाई, और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई, संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा, जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई, जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि बंदी महा सुख होई, जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा, तुलसीदास सदा हरि तेरा, कीजे नाथ हृदय महाडेरा, पवन तनय संकट हरण मंगल मूर्ति रूप, राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुरभूप।
संस्थापकं वीरम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता
संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा। ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी। वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे। परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर शुभ संदेश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, 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 गीता परिवार हमारा।
Jai Sri Krishna. A warm welcome to all the sadhaks who have completed 12th chapter of Gita and moving on to the second chapter, that is the 15th chapter, and have joined us for interpretation session of chapter 15, Purushottama Yoga, first session. We all are really blessed to be associated with Gita Parivar. Week after week, we are being enlightened with the meaning of Gita in detail and in simple language, sitting in the comfort of our homes. Now it's time for prayer. Prayer is considered to be an integral part of our culture, and it's an expression of our devotion. And today, Madhavi Jurruji from Hyderabad, who is a postgraduate in B.Ed, is going to recite the prayer. She joined Gita Parivar in October 2022 and is a co-trainer in Hindi and Telugu. Didi is learning in L3. Didi is a motivation to so many as she is taking 2 classes and studying in L3. That is the beauty of Gita Parivar. We can study and teach or do any seva here. Let's invoke the blessings of Lord Krishna. Didi, please.
दीदी इज नॉट ज्वाइन, आप ले लीजिए।
हाँ जी, दीदी नहीं आई है क्या?
हाँ, आप ले लीजिए।
ओह, ओके ओके, ठीक है। वसुदेव वसुदं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णो वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् श्रीकृष्णो वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। जय श्री कृष्ण। Now it's time for Deepa Prajwalan. Light symbolizes knowledge. Knowledge removes ignorance, just as light removes darkness. Hence, we light the lamp to bow down to knowledge as the greatest of all forms of wealth. May I request Dr. Chanchal Taoruji, an anesthetist from Nagpur, for Deepa Prajwalan. Dr. joined Gita Parivar in July 2020. Chanchalji has taken class for all levels and has been examiner for all levels too. Now is a trainer in L4 and has completed Gita Vrati. Chanchalji, please.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम्। शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्राम् शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृताम् कलहंसकृतावासाम् वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Beautiful. That was a beautiful Deepa Prajalan with the entire family lighting the lamp and taking Aarti, and a beautifully decorated puja room. Beautiful. Yeah. Now, it's time for the most anticipated part of this session. Our speaker for the day is Geeta Pravina, Geeta Vrati, Rupal Shukla Didi. She is the disciple of Param Pujya Swami Guru Govind practice from a very young age. She is a student of Advaita Vedanta at Chinmaya Vishwavidyapit, Kochi. She is one of the program coordinators of online Geeta classes. Rupal Didi is leading the literature team and volunteers various responsibilities. It's my honor to welcome you, Rupal Didi, for the first interpretation session of the 3 sessions on the 15th chapter. Over to you, Rupal Didi.
Thank you for the beautiful introduction. Let's begin today's session with the prayer. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. Jai Shri Krishna. We are so fortunate, we are so blessed that we are gathering again for the interpretation session of 15th chapter. The name of 15th chapter is Purushottam Yoga. We already have seen 12th chapter, the Bhakti Yoga. And we've seen all the Bhakti Lakshanas, 36 Bhakti Lakshanas in the 12th chapter. Now we are moving towards the Purushottama Yoga here. At the end of the chapter, Lord will be explaining his Purushottama Swarupa. With Lord's grace, so many saints kripa on us, and also our punya karmas done in previous births. We are getting this chance to learn Geeta, to teach Geeta, to spread this knowledge of Geeta, to connect so many people with this learning of Geeta. So we are getting this chance. There are so many people, they want to learn Geeta, but they are not getting the way how to learn. And there are so many people also, they are getting this chance, but they are not wishing to learn. So we have both the things with us. So this is just Lord's grace, because in Shankara Bhashyam, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji says, Yame Vaish Vivranute Tena Labhyaha. It means we don't choose something for us. Lord chooses us. So Lord has chosen me to learn Geeta and to walk on this path. But once the Lord has taken us on this path, so this is our responsibility to not to leave this and to live this Geeta journey and completing our 18 chapters. Lord wanted to tell this Geeta for us. Arjuna, who never got defeated by anyone in his life, when he started telling in first chapter, Sidanti mamagatrani mukhancha parishusyati vepathuscha sharire me romaharshascha jayate gandivam samsate hastat tvakchaiva paridahyate nacha shaknomyavasthatum Brahmativa chame manaha. So Arjuna told Krishna, I'm not able to stand. I don't want to fight. I will beg, I will eat something, but I don't want to fight and kill my family members. So he told, I don't want to fight. But still, Lord Krishna didn't start Geeta. When in second chapter, in 7th shloka, Arjuna started telling, now you tell me, what is good for me? He told, Karpanya dosho pahata svabhavaha pritchami tvan dharma sammudha chetah yat shreyasyan nishchitam brohitanme शिष्यस्तेहं शाधिमान् त्वां प्रपन्नम् यत् श्रेयस्यान् निश्चितं ब्रूहितं मे. So Arjuna told yat shreyasyaन् nishchitam, which is nishchitam, certainly good for me, Krishna, you tell that to me. Then Krishna, then the Lord Krishna started this Gita Jnana from 2nd chapter, 11th shloka. So we have got this Gita. Param Pujya Swamiji Maharaj says, the Vedas are the main source of knowledge. We are able to behave, we are able to learn the things, we are able to react, we are able to do anything, that is just because of Vedas. Vedas are the main source of knowledge. Because of the Vedas only, we are knowing everything, we are able to talk, we are able to walk, everything just because of Vedas. Main source of knowledge. But still, the Vedas are the exhales of Lord, and the Gita is direct voice of Lord. So we are getting this chance when we are following and we are doing the mimicry of our professor or our principal or our chairman, anyone, we are feeling proud. Oh wow, how good I am doing it. So when we are doing the mimicry, actually, when we are following the Lord, we are saying exact the shlokas told by the Lord. What my field should be. I have that feeling. Yes, these are the shlokas Lord told himself at that time in Kurukshetra, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. So we are so fortunate, we are so lucky, we are so blessed that we are getting this chance. In starting, we thought that we would be able to complete it or not. But after completing 12th chapter, we are too sure that we can easily do it. Yes, we will be completing our 18 chapters. We will be being, yes, memorizing all Gita and being Gitavati. We will be doing it. Now I have that confidence. 12th and 15th chapter are the smallest in Gita. That's why we start in Gita Paraya from these chapters. So that after learning one chapter, we can get that confidence. Yes, I can do it. And that confidence helps us to complete this Gita journey and to walk further and to learn the further chapters. 15th chapter, the Purushottama Yoga. Let's start because we have to cover half of the chapter today. In this Purushottama Yoga, the Lord is going to tell us a different philosophy. We have heard many times the upside down tree that is being explained in Gita. We have seen so many pictures, so many JPGs on WhatsApp circulating everywhere. But where it is told, why it is told. So we have this 15th chapter, Purushottama Yoga. Here Lord is going to explain the samsara swarupa, the form of the samsara. Let's start from the first shloka. Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā urdhvamūlamadhashākham ashvatham prahuravyayam chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda savedaved. Lord is telling here in starting 2 shlokas, Lord is explaining that samsara swarupa. he starts with Urdhamoolam Adhashakham. In our daily life also, if we see, the main part of our body is head, and head is upside. So Urdhamoolam, Urdha means upside. Urdhamoolam, the main part, the roots are upside, and Adhashakham, the branches are downside. So Urdhamoolam Adhashakham, it is rooted above, Urdhamoolam. Adhaha Shakham, Shakha means all the branches, and downside all the branches are. Ashwatham Prahu, Ashwatham Avyayam Prahu. Like this the Anvaya is. Ashwatham means, Shwa means tomorrow. Tomorrow means a next moment. This moment will not be at next moment. So that is Shwa, next moment, tomorrow. And Ashwa means which will not be tomorrow, means ever changing. So Ashwatha means which is keep changing. That is Ashwatha. So Ashwatham Prahu, we should tell that, we should name that as Ashwatha Vriksha. And Ashwatha Vriksha is considered people Vriksha. We see that. Why people Vriksha? Because that tree is so fickle. There is no wind or there is a lot of wind. The leaves of that people tree will be shaking every time. That's why it is considered that the Ashwatha is that people Vriksha only. So Ashwatham Prahu, and even it is keep changing, it is changing every moment. It is Avyayam, indestructible. Pratikshana parivartamanepi na parivartati tathaiva tisthati ata eva avyayam iti uchyate. This is the definition in in our commentaries. So pratikshana parivartamanepi na parivartati tathaiva tisthati iti avyayam. It means which never changes every time. Avyaya, indestructible. Avyayam Prahu. Chandamsi yasya parnani. Now, the Chandas word has three meanings. First meaning is that poetry, Chandas Shastra, we see in Vedangas. So we have one Vedanga as Chandas Shastra. Second is Jnana, the knowledge. And third meaning of Chandas is the Vedas. So here we consider the meaning of Chandas as Jnana, as knowledge. So just we will be imagining one tree. The roots are upside and the leaves are downside, and the leaves are Chandamsi yasya parnani. Branches are downside and there we have so many leaves. And what type of leaves? So Jnanam, the knowledge. Knowledge is yasya parnani, the leaves are knowledge. Yes, tam veda sa vedavit. Means vedavit, who knows this jnana, who knows the Vedas. So here we are telling the leaves are the jnana, the knowledge are the leaves here. And who knows this knowledge, this type of cycle, who knows this samsara vriksha, who knows how this srishti is created and always destroyed. So who knows all this philosophy? They called Vedavit. They know that knowledge. Veda means that knowledge also. Vit means who knows that, the knower. So Vedavit, the knower of the Vedas or the knower of the knowledge. Which type of knowledge? This knowledge, this philosophy. So Yastam Veda sa Vedavit. So here Lord explained that upside down tree. Now in second shloka he continues there. Adhaschordham prasitastasya shakha guna pravriddha vishaya pravalah adhascha moolanyanusantatani कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके. Here Lord is telling adha cha urdhvam prasritaah tasya shakhaah. How? So adha means downside, urdhvam means upside. So from the urdhva word, the Brahma is also considered. How? Because Brahma is that Brahman, that Almighty, that Supreme Lord is the main there. So urdhvam utkrishtam shreshtham sarvatra shreshtham. So that is Brahma, Urdhva Brahma, supreme for all the beings. That side is the Urdhvam. So here adha cha urdhvam prasritaah tasya shakhaah. He told us that upside down tree and leaves are the knowledge, and who knows that knowledge is called Vedavid. Now he is telling some more description about it, as we do. We just explained in brief, we given the brief, now we are explaining. So Lord told just imaginary tree, now he is explaining that tree, how it is. So adha cha urdhvam prasritaah tasya shakhaah. The branches are spreaded everywhere, upside and downside, everywhere the branches are spreaded of that tree. So below and above the spread, prasritaah means spreaded, and tasya shakha, that tree, tasya referring to that tree, tasya shakha, the branches are spreaded everywhere below and above. Guna pravriddhaah. Now the karma theory comes. What karma we are doing, we will be getting that phala only. And we have one more thing in Bhagavad Gita. We just misinterpret that shloka, karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetur bhur ma te sangosta karmani. We always say that our right is only karma. Our right is not in phala. We should do karma and we should not think about the phala. But Lord is telling here, you should not think about, no, you should not think about the phala. That is not the thing here. The thing is, our right is not that. Phala is not our right. Our right is only karma. So we will be doing only karma. So here Lord telling that karma theory only, guna pravriddhaah, vishaya pravalaah. Guna pravriddha means nourished by the gunas. And which gunas? So there are three gunas. One is sattva guna, one is rajo guna, and another is tamo guna. Sattva guna is the best, and rajo guna is better. Tamo guna is worst. We should not go on the path of tamo guna, but we should try to get that sattva guna and increase our sattva guna. Everyone is having all these three gunas. We all have sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna. But the difference is the superior guna. I have sattva guna as my superior, the prior guna or superior guna, or I have rajo guna as my superior guna, or I have tamo guna as my superior guna. So which guna I have as my superior? I have sato guna pradhanyam, I have rajo guna pradhanyam, or I have tamo guna pradhanyam. I love to sleep full day, full night. Anytime I lay down and I will be sleeping only. That is tamo guna pradhana. And I can't lay down, I can't do that worshipping also, not the meditation also, but I will be working. I can study, I can do something on my laptop, and I will be doing some kriya, some action. So that is rajo guna pradhana. And I love to do meditation. For 1 hour, 2 hours, I can sit in meditation. I can worship Lord for 1 hour, 2 hours. I can listen the kathas about Mahabharata, Ramayana. I love these things. So that is sato guna pradhanyam. But if I have that worshipping feeling also, and I have that tamas also. I love to sleep also. So we should see what is my priority. If I have that time of sleeping also and I have that worshipping also, what I will choose. So that will be your prior guna. So here Lord is telling Vishaya Guna Pravriddhaha. All the karmas are nourished by the gunas, these three gunas. If I am doing something good, that is nourished by the Sato Guna. If I am doing some okay karma, so that will be nourished by Raju Guna. And if I am doing good, extremely good, so that will be nourished by Sato Guna. So Lord is telling here about this nourishing of these three gunas. So Guna Pravriddhaha Vishaya Pravalaha. Vishaya Pravalaha. When on a branch, if any leaf is about to come, leaf. So if leaf is coming and there is one small dot, that is Pravala. So here Lord is telling Vishaya Pravalaha. So that Pravala is all the sense objects, that sound, touch, color, and taste, and also the smell. So these are the Pravalaha of that tree. Then Adhascha Mulani Anusantatani. Adha, the below, and the roots are stressed forth. Adha cha Mulani Anusantatani. Here the Lord is telling. And Adhascha Mulani Anusantatani. Here the Lord is telling the karmas are bounding us, or we are getting attached from the samsara according to our karmas only, because of our karmas only. If we are doing action, we are getting connected to the things. So Lord is telling here, we get bounded with this samsara, with this prapancha, with this word, because of our karmas only. So that moola, because of that we are getting bounded to this word. That moola is also getting spreaded downside and upside, means everywhere it is being spreaded in that tree. Lord is telling about that tree. So Adhascha Urgam Prasita, branches are downside and upside, and Guna Pravriddha Vishaya Pravalaha. Vishaya Pravalaha, the sense objects are nourished by the guna. It means what I love to see. If I am Satoguna, my prior guna is Satoguna, I will be loving to see the sattvic things. If I am Rajoguna Pradhana, I will be loving to see the Rajasic things and listen to Rajasic things and taste Rajasic thing, the food also. In level 2, we will be seeing the 17th chapter there. About the food, Lord has explained in detail what is sattvic food, what is Rajasic, what is Tamasic food. So Lord will be explaining that in 17th chapter. So here Lord is telling the sense objects, what I love, what my eyes love to see, what my ears love to hear, what my tongue love to taste, what I love to touch. These are all the what I love to smell. So these sense objects are always nourished by the guna, those three gunas. So I can't tell that I don't want to see, but my eyes just went there. I seen that. I don't want to see. I don't want to listen that. I don't want to do gupshup and they're doing backbiting. I don't want to do. We are telling that. But you see, all the karmas are nourished by these three gunas only. Satoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. So the reason is myself only. I am doing that. I am nourishing my karmas with these gunas only, Satoguna, Rajo. So it is completely in my control, in my hand, whether I want to do that or not. Lord is telling the swarupa of that vriksha, Adhascha Mulani Anusantatani, the moola, because of that we are getting bounded to the samsara. All these roots are also, that moola is also spreaded everywhere, downside and upside. This is second shloka. Now in third shloka, the Lord is going to tell us about, he is explaining the tree of samsara, but this is not like we understand. We are thinking that yes, there must be a tree. If you want to see, we can see. It will be staying some place. It will be residing at some place. We are thinking like this. So Lord is saying, no, 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 don't be confused. It is not as you are thinking. Let's see the third shloka. Narupamasyeh tathopalabhyate nanto na chadir na cha sampratishtha ashvathamenam suvidudhamulam asangashastrena dridhena chitva. Lord is telling, Narupam asya iha tatha upalabhyate. As I explained, the roots are down upside and the leaves are downside and the branches are spreaded upside or downside. And what karmas we will be doing, we will be getting that birth only. So if we are doing the good karmas, we will be getting the good species, good yonis, good lives in next birth. And if we are doing the bad karma, we will be getting the downside lokas. So there is the concept of Chaturdash Bhuvanani. So Chaturdash Bhuvanani, the first to 8 Bhuvanas are superior than the Manushya. 1 to 8. 9th Bhuvan is of human being having 2 legs. And then comes 10th Bhuvan is for animals having 4 legs. 11th is for birds and having 2 legs, 2 wings. 12th is for reptiles, Sarisrapa, no legs, no wings. And the 13th one is Tiryak species, the spiders, the octopus, the insects having 6 legs. And also the mosquitoes. And the 14, the worst, the least, and the first from downside, that is plants. Plants can means achar, constant. They cannot move from one place to another. So this is Chaturdash Bhuvanani. Now, how we will be getting these birds and where we will be going in which shloka? So here, one more concept is there of Chaturdash Lokas. So let's see Chaturdash Lokas. How? First is Satyaloka, Tapaloka, Jalaloka, Maharloka, Swargaloka. So these lokas are above than the Manushya. This superior than the Manushya Loka, the Prithvi Loka. Manushya Loka means this Prithvi Loka, this earth. So from this Prithvi Loka, all these 7, Satyalok, Tapalok, Jalamahar, Swargalok, these are the superior than this Prithvi Loka. And so if we are doing good karmas, we will be getting the birth in from 1 to 8 bhuvanas, Devata, Yakshadi, and we will be getting these lokas, Satyaloka, Jalaloka, Maharloka, Swargaloka. We will be getting these lokas if we do good karmas. If we are doing, yes, Rajoguni karmas, or we are doing, yes, kind of good karmas also, so we will be getting that 9th one, the human being having 2 legs, and in these lokas, having 7th loka is Prithvi Loka. So we will be getting birth in this Prithvi Loka. And if we are doing the worst karmas, the tamasic karmas, we are nourishing our karmas, our actions with that tamas guna, tamasic guna. So we will be getting the birth of animals, birds, reptiles, and the plants in these forms, and we'll be getting the lokas of Atal, Patal, Mahatal, Sutal, Talatal, and Patal. These lokas will be getting. So this is the concept. 14 bhuvanas and 40 lokas. 14 lokas. So which type of karma I am doing? If I want Manushayoni again, I need to do good karma. If I want to be that Deva, Yaksha, Gandharva, so I need to do good karmas. There is a fixed quantity. If you are doing these many punya karmas or good karmas, you will be getting that. So that quantity we don't know, that measurement we don't know, we are not aware of that. So we should strive to get good karmas only, because everyone knows what is good, what is bad. Even you take a child of 5-year-old and you ask, this is good or bad, this is right or wrong, they will be telling you, they will be telling us that this is right, this is wrong. but no one is doing. So when we started learning Geeta, when we started spreading Geeta, when we started understanding Geeta, we should see that how we can now implement in our lives. Theory I knew. Now I need to do practical. This is the time of practical. How to start? We should not think that I am 30-year-old or I am just 25, I am just 20. How can I start? No, there is no age for this. Living Geeta, there is no age to live Geeta. We can start wherever we are. We can start at any point. So, na rupam asya iha tatha upalabhyate. As I explained in first and second shloka, you should not understand that this is the roots are upside and the leaves are downside and having so many branches. So, don't understand this is as I have explained in previous two shlokas. Na antaha na cha na upalabhyate. This will not be you will not be getting, it will not be perceived at any place. So, na antaha na cha adihi na cha sampratishtha. It is not staying, it is not foundation or resting place. There is no foundation, there is no resting place for this tree. There is no starting point for this, there is no ending point for this. This is eternal. Na antaha na cha adihi na cha sampratishtha. Sampratishtha means there is a staying place for that. It is staying at some place. No, there is no place like that. I told you as example to imagine, to get that image of samsara. The moola is upside, that Chetanta, that Almighty, that Paramatman is upside, the main cause, and the human beings, the jivas are downside. The leaves, the jnana, the knowledge, everything is downside. So that tree, Lord is explaining, Nacha, Nanto, Nacha, Adi, Nacha Sampratishtha. Ashwatham Enam. Again, Lord is referring the same name as he explained. Ashwatham Prahu Avyayam. You should understand this tree as Ashwatha. So he is telling Ashwatham Enam Suvirudha Moolam. Ashwatham Enam. This Ashwatha Suvirudha Moolam. This is attached very firm. This is firm rooted. Now, how to get detached? When we are attached with firmly, this is firm rooted, this Ashwatha Vriksha, this Samsara Vriksha. So, how to get rid of it? So, Lord is telling, yeah, there is one way. You should cut it. You should cut all the roots with the aches of that detachment. Asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. With that Asanga Shastra, with the weapon of that Asanga Shastra, that detachment, non-attachment, with the aches of non-attachment, this strong Samsara Vriksha also having cut asunder. We should cut it. There is one way, Asanga Shastrena dridhena chitva. Now, what is Asanga Shastra? Might we have seen this story previously also. When Shukadevji went to Mithila and he asked Janakji to give him a knowledge. So Janakji told, okay, you have come on a very special occasion because this time this is pujana of some Devi. So you need to hold this bowl, have it filled with the oil, and you need to walk around, complete the parikrama of this Mithila. You need to do that. Okay, but there is a condition, even a small drop, even a single drop should not fall down, otherwise this will be khandita like that. So okay, Shukadevji told, okay, I will be doing, there's no problem. So he was holding that, and full time he visited Mithila, he completed that parikrama, and after that, when he came back, Janakji asked, okay, no, no point that nothing has fallen down, right? Yes, I have completed very gently. Nothing wrong has happened. Okay, very nice. Now Janakji asked a very fantastic question to him. How was the Mithila? If anyone asks us that I was completing my task and I was focused on that, if you ask me, how was the Mithila? What I will be answering? Oh, Shukadevji thought, I didn't even see all the mountains, all the river. Janakji asking, how was the mountains, how was the river, how was the roads, how was the trees, and how the wind was blowing. So he was asking everything, but Shukadevji was like, oh, there's so much, but I didn't see anything. So Shukadevji told, no, I was so focused on my goal, on my task, what I was completing, so I couldn't see anything. Janakji told, okay, now you have learned for what you have come here. Living in this samsara, living in this prapancha, living in this world, but not getting attached with anything. Detachment, complete detachment. We are just the character here. Whatever character I have got, I will be playing. Nothing is mine. When on a munch, we are presenting some character, being Sita, being Yashoda, being Krishna, anything. We are not that character. We are not attached with other members present there. Why to get attached? We are just a character there. So getting that detachment, asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. Okay. So there's one way. Now, after cutting those roots, firm rooted that tree, the mool, what we should do? The Lord is telling in 4th shloka what we should do now after doing that. Tatah padan tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyah तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी. Now the Lord is telling, after cutting those roots from the eggs of non-attachment, what we should do? We should seek for the goal, for that Param Dhama, after attaining which one never returns on this ocean of birth and death again and again. The Lord is telling we should strive to get that, to achieve that goals. Tatah padam tat parimargitavyam. Tatah padam. Tatah means after that. Tat parimargitavyam. Where attaining that should be, we should seek for. Parimargitavyam. Now what we should do? We should be sought for. Yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyah. Bhuyah means again. Nivartanti means returning. So gataha gone. Who has gone there? After going there, with the person never returns. Nanivartanti bhuyah. Again, you will never come back in this ocean of birth and death. Yasmin gata nanivartanti bhuyah. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. I seek refuge that tameva, that is only adyam purusham, the primeval person, the purusha, that supreme purusha, that supreme Lord. That is only the supreme Lord. Yataha pravrittihi prasrita purani. Yataha, when pravrittihi, the activity, the energy, when we are going to do something, that pravritti, that willing power. Yataha pravrittihi prasrita purani. In all those Puranas, which is being told, which is being explained, here the Lord is telling from the starting point of this Srishti, actually that is Anadi. We can't say there is any starting point. So there is no starting point. So Lord is telling here from that Purusha only, from that Chetan Tattva only, this Srishti is getting, this samsara is getting spreaded, and all the time this is just stretching forth, this is just spreading only, and that Adi Purusha, that Paramatma only, I should be seeking to get. Lord told about after getting that detachment, after cutting the root, we should strive to get this Dhamma, this Param Dhamma. After attaining that, one never returns. The Lord told here. Now let's see the fifth shloka. Here, the Lord is telling that after how it will happen. We are telling that yes, that Purusha, we are the portion of that Purusha only, that Chaitanya Tattva only, that Paramatman only. But how we should start thinking? We are telling to seek for that goal, means Aham Brahmasmi. We should start thinking that I am only that self, I am only that Supreme Purusha. But getting that feeling, not just showing off. So I am only that, I am the portion of that. How we will start thinking of Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi concept of Vedanta? So Lord is telling there are some sadhanas for that. There are some cause for that. So let's see in fifth shloka. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sangyair gacchantya padam avyayantat. Here Lord is telling Nirmana moha. Here Lord will be telling 4 qualities being which these qualities are helping us to attain that goal, about what we were talking in 4th shloka. So Lord is telling those 4 qualities. Nirmana moha, free from pride and delusions. Nirmana moha. Jita sanga dosha, who has won over the Jita sanga. Jita means won over the sanga dosha, evil of attachment. Attachment is the problem everywhere. Those who was victorious over the evil of attachment. Adhyatma nityaha, this spirituality. Spirituality is not just reading the granthas, just reading Bhagavad-Gītā and thinking of these, doing meditation. This is, yes, a kind of spirituality is dwelling in the self. I am always having the feel, yes, I am of Lord and Lord is of mine. I can be happy because I am the portion of that Lord. Akhanda Satchidananda's Rupam. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. So having that feeling, that is Adhyatma. All the time I am that self. I have that awareness. That is spirituality. Then I don't get those vikaras, the raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, moha, lobha, because I am that self. I don't have anything of mine. I don't have any individual identity of mine. I am nothing. So why I will be doing these things? I will not be thinking anything. So nirmana moha is adhyatma nitya, dwelling constantly in the self. Vinivritta kamaha, whose desires are completely turned away, completely turned. Vinivritta kama. Vritta kamaha means all the desires are turned now. And vinivritta kamaha, all the desires having completely turned away. All the desires completely turned now. So that is vinivritta kamaha. Dvandvaihi vimuktaha. This 5th quality, dvandvaihi. Dvandva means the opposite pairs. Sukha dukkha, lobha moha, that papa punya, dharma dharma. So these are the dvandva. So from the pairs of opposite, vimuktaha, free. Sukha dukkha sangyahi. One example also, sukha dukkha sangyahi, known as the pleasure and pain. So pleasure and pain, that punya and papa, all this, free from all these pairs of opposite. Gacchanti amudhaha. Reach. Gacchanti means reaching there, and amudhaha means the undeluded person. Amudhaha. Padamavyayantat. After getting these qualities, when we start trying to get these qualities, and after getting these qualities, what we will be getting? That padam, avyayam padam, that eternal goal for what we were striving, we were doing everything, we were understanding this philosophy. Lord is telling this avyayam, we will be getting that avyaya padam. Gacchanti amudaha padam avyayantat. Now the 6th shloka, let's see. Here Lord is telling, prayojanam anuddishya mandopina pravartate. This is our nyaya. So when we don't know why we are doing it and what we are going to get out of it, so we have prayojanam, we have the result, we have the fruit for that. So your Lord is telling, we are telling that we should strive to get that Param Dhama. So how is that Param Dhama? Lord is telling in 6th shloka, explaining that Dhama. न तद्भासयते सूर्यो न शशांको न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम. Lord is telling here, the न तद्भासयते, तत्र न भासते, the न तद्भासयते सूर्यः, the sun does not illumines there. The moon also does not illumine, and also the fire. Only these three, the sun, the moon, and the fire, these three are the main source of light, main source of that power. So all these three source of that light, that prakasha, does not illumine that world. About that Dhama I'm talking about, where after attaining that, we will never return. And that Dhama is Swaprakashaka Rupaha, Swaprakasha Swarupaha. So, na tatra bhasayate, na tat bhasayate suryaha, the sun doesn't illumine there, the moon or Shashanka means moon, the moon also, and the Pavaka means fire. Pavaka is also not illumined that. Yad gatva nanivartante, to which having gone, not return, never return, yad gatva nanivartante. Tadhama paramam mama. Tadhama, that abode you should understand as mind. Paramam mama, my supreme abode is that. Lord explained that, yes, nothing, that everywhere the light will be there, because the Brahma, that Almighty, that Lord is Satchidananda Rupa. Sat means that Sat Swarupa, that existent. Chit means that prakasha, that light. So the Dhama is not like having one building or one city or one country type thing. No, there is not like this Dhama. Dhama means that Brahma, that Almighty only, that Supreme Lord only. So the Param Dhama is that Lord itself. And that Lord is Saprakasha Swarupaha. Saprakasha, the sun is getting some, the yat chakshusha na pashyati yena chakshumshi pashyati. We are getting the power to see and to do everything from that Chaitanya Tattva only. So the sun is also getting the light from that Tattva. Sun is not having its own light. So sun, moon, and also in Upanishadat, na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yamagnihi tameva bhantamanubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Tasya bhasa, from that light only, sarvamidam vibhati, everything is illumined. From the light of that Almighty only, from that Lord's light only, everything is visible, everything is just, we can see, we can feel. This power is that Chaitanya Tattva, one Almighty, one Lord, Paramatma. So Lord is telling that Dhama. Now, 7th shloka, this is one of the most famous shlokas of Gita and also the important shloka. We say we are the portion of that Lord, where it is written, where it is told. So Lord is telling in 15th chapter, 7th shloka, remember always. Mamaivamsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatanaha manashasthani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. Here Mamaivamsho, my portion only. Mamai anshaha, mama, my, and anshaha is that portion. Mamaivamsho, my portion only in this Jivaloke, in this word of life. Jivaloke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha. Sanatanaha means when we don't know the starting point, that is Sanatana. Puratana means told, but we know the starting point. So Sanatana, we don't know the starting point of that. Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, Jiva Bhuta, being this Jivaha, being this, having this soul. Jiva Bhutah Sanatanah, eternal. Manashasthani Indriyani. With the mind, with these Indriyas, the sixth is mind. This mana. So manaha shasthani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. So my portion only dwelling in this word, being a jiva, sanatan, eternal jiva, but that we are the portion of that Lord only. But what is there? What is wrong there? Our mistake is there. We understand everything as ours. Manashasthani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. We attract, we draw everything as mine. Yes, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. No, this is not mine. We think that Indriya is saying this is mine. Mana is connected, this is mine. So all Indriyas with the mana, with that sixth Indriya, attracts all this and connects with ourselves. In this nature, all the mana and all the indriyas, we think attracting these things means we start thinking that this is our. No, but this indriyas are not our, the sense objects are also not our, and nothing is our. We are the portion of that Lord, Satchidananda Rupa, Nirvikar, Nirdharmaka. So we are not having any of these. Let's say the 8th shloka. This is a different philosophy. All the time we are getting question how this Srishti is created, how this is destroyed, and how this soul is getting one body from another. So these all the things are happening. So all the questions will be answered in this 8th shloka. 8th, 9th, 10th actually together, but we cannot take that. Yes, as we have one shloka. Natveva hanjatura sannatvanne janadhipaha nachaiva na bhavishyama sarve vayamatah param natu eva aham jatuna sannatvanne janadhipaha nachaiva na bhavishyama. Not there, I will not be. This is the eternal portion of Lord. Lord is telling how vasam sijirnani yatha vihaya navani grannati naroparani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnan anyani sanyati navani dehi. Jirnani anyani sanyati navani dehi. So how we are leaving one body and getting another body? As this body changes the clothes, the soul changes the bodies. So no one is dying and no one is getting birth. Just that eternal soul is running from here and there, getting that birth. So let's see the 8th shloka. Shariram yadavapnoti yachapyutkramati shwaraha grihitvaitani sanyati vayurgandha nivashayat. God is telling Shariram yat avapnoti, a body when obtains, yat cha api utkramati shvaraha, when we get one body. Avapnoti means getting. Yat cha api utkramati shvaraha, utkramanam means leaving. When I leave one body and getting the another body. Yat cha api utkramati shvaraha, the Lord taking, grihitva etani sanyati. Sanyati means goes. So grihitva etani sanyati vayurgandhani vashayat means when the air flows from some garden or the wind is blowing from some garden, so it is carrying the fragrance. It is carrying that fragrance. When it is passing from some bad smell, it is carrying that bad smell. So all the soul is not attached with these karma phalas, not having attached with these indriyas or these sense objects, but the soul is carrying as the air, as the wind is carrying that fragrance and carrying that bad smell, and after some times it leaves that also. So same as with the soul is not attached, air is not attached, but the carrying these gunas, same as the soul is not attached with thing, because soul is nirdharmaka, Gunaka. So it is not having any characteristic, it is not having any attribute. So it cannot be attached with anything. It is just carrying this. All the sense objects, all the karma phalas, that the soul is changing the body, but karma phalas are still same. I need to do the bhog, I need to do the enjoy of those karma phalas, even it is bad or good. I will be having that. And this is the concept. We leave one body, getting another body, but Atman is not carrying these. Atman is not attached with these karma phalas and these sense objects, but it is carrying all from one body to another. This is the concept. Now the another concept from 9th shloka, Shrotam, all the Indriyas, and about Lord will be explaining his Swarupa from macro to micro. From sun, he will be entering in our body, and from the body, he will be telling how this body is created from him only. So from the sun, he will be entering, and after entering, he will be creating our body. So that theory we will be seeing in next session. Let's do 2 minutes Sankirtana. Then we will move on to the question answer session. Sit calmly. Think of that Lord Sarupa. Hari Sharanam, 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 Hari Sharanam. Gopala Krishna Bhagavan ki Jai.
Didi, that was a great session. Today Ashubhaya is there.
No, he might be busy in a meeting.
Okay. Okay, so we will be seeing more of this in coming sessions. Now it's time for question and answers. I request those who want to ask questions to raise their hands and switch on their cameras and wait for their turn. Please make the questions precise so that more questions can be taken. Yeah, over to you, Didi.
Ji Malaji. Sanvi, please ask a question.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in the PDF which we got from the group, there were like from second shloka, it is in different way it is written. So, what's the difference between that way and another way of writing the shlokas?
No, from which Geeta you are practicing?
Which Geeta, like the same from the group we got one PDF, ma'am.
Yes, yes,
15th chapter.
yes.
So in that, the second shloka, it is written in different ways.
That is actually because of it is in Trishtup Chand. In Bhagavad Gita, there are 2 meters used, Trishtup and Anushtup. Anushtup Chandas are having 8 letters in a quarter, and Trishtup Chandas are having 11 letters in a quarter. That's why the writing difference is there. That is in 2 lines, and Trishtup Chanda is in 4 lines. Adhashchurdham prasitas tasya shakha. That is the tone for Trishtup Chanda. So that is because of Chanda only. Okay.
So does it matter
What?
this way, different ways of writing? Does it make any difference?
Just the tone difference is there. How you are reciting. When Lord, actually that one line is going, then you take some pauses and then some modulation. So that is just to create your interest. That can be. Or Lord knows why he said so. We don't know.
Yeah.
There is no specific meaning because of Trishtup Chanda and Anushtup Chanda. That is only meter. Yes, Akriti, please ask.
Jai Shri Krishna, ma'am.
Ji Jai Shri Krishna.
Is there any difference between Geeta and Bhagavad Gita? If there is any, so what is the difference?
No, Geeta and Gita means a song, and Bhagavad Gita means the song sung by the God. So Bhagavad Gita and Gita is same, but Śrīmad-Bhagavatam and Śrīmad-Bhagavad-Gītā are two different granthas. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Anuragji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Oh my God! First, I will appreciate this PRN, then your name, then group number, and then time. My God, so
How
nice.
should I edit that, or is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
From level 1, and I want to identify myself that way. So I was listening to this interpretation for chapter 15, verse number 7, where Bhagavad Gita states that the eternal Jivatma in this body is a fragment of Lord's own self. And then he talks about the 6 senses, which include the mind. I was just curious as to if you could help me understand the correlation between the mind and the Jivatma or the Atma as a part of Lord's
Mind and relation between mind and Anuragji?
and Atma. Or is there a relation?
Mind is jad. You see, our body, and these are the part of our body. The mind, the intellect, and the senses, all the senses. Our body is made up of, we say in Upanishads, 17 tattvas. Panch Jnanendriya, Panch Karmendriya, and Panch Mahabhutas, ether and air. These are the Panch Mahabhutas, and 2 Man and Buddhi. These are the 17 elements which our body is made up of. So all these are jad, non-living. There is nothing is there. Just the Chetan Tattva. That is Atma. When the Chetan Tattva is connected to that, then our body is working. You just suppose there is a fan. If no electricity is there, fan will not be working. So we are just those fans. And the electricity is that Chaitanya, that Atma. Okay? Atma is only one, Parabrahma, Paramatma. We all are the part of that Paramatma only. Mamaivamshu Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Then that concept comes.
So at this point of chapter 15, Sri Krishna has been narrating and trying to bring Arjuna to the reality which he has to face after the end of 18th chapter.
Exactly.
And
15th
we
chapter
understand.
Lord is saying philosophy.
Correct. What I'm trying to say is, if Arjuna has been taught in all the Vedas and all the karmas, because he's a son of, he's one of the Pandavas who are elite people. At this stage of his life, at the age of 84, he's being brought to greater light in his life. I fail to understand what is it that he was doing all these 83 years, and now at this stage of his life, Lord is bringing him to understand the, what are the 6 senses, and then what is Jivatma, and how should he strive, or how should one strive to be one with the Lord. Could you throw some light on it? Why is it so?
What happens is, Anuragji, we all know what is right and what is wrong. But at some specific points, then the situation comes, my friend or my mother tell the same thing, but that clicks. Yes, I realize that because the situation is there. That's why Arjuna knows everything, all the Shastras, everything is there. But he is Kshatriya, not Brahmana. So not all the parts he has covered. Even he has covered, but the situation is, now Lord has to remind him that you are not this body. I have studied, but this time I have to realize that. So again and again in our Shastras, punah kathanam, we say punaravritti. So that is not dosha, I'm telling. We have to tell that again and again to memorize myself, that I am not this body, I am this self. I am the supreme self. I am the part of that supreme self. So you have to perform your karma. That's why Lord is telling Arjuna everything. And that is not for Arjuna actually. I told in 12th chapter, that is only for us. Arjuna is also asking very silly questions for us only. Arjuna, if Krishna says you have to fight, Arjuna will go. He has chosen weaponless Krishna in Mahabharata. So whatever Krishna says, Arjuna will follow because he is a great devotee of Lord Krishna. But he is asking the questions, and that the situation has been happened like that because of us only. Okay.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Thank you so much.
Jai Shri Krishna. जी शर्मा जी. शर्मा जी अनम्यूट करना होगा.
Is it unmuted now?
Yes, please say.
Yeah. Jai Shri Krishna. What I wanted to understand from you in the shlok number 1 and 2, what is being explained that the leaves or the Vedas, they are part of the knowledge. What does this root and the branches really depict? If the Vedas are the leaves, you have talked about in the shlok number 1 and 2, you have talked about this mole, that means root, and then the branches. You very well explained what are the leaves actually, there's the Vedas, there's the knowledge. I'm not clear what do these two really mean. And what really, why the Lord Krishna is comparing with the tree, the whole world actually. This is something, this shloka really confuses me. Just if you can give more clarity on that.
There is just, we say in Sahitya we use Upma Alankara, Preksha Alankara. So there is just kind of Alankara. He is comparing the things. When I don't understand how the phone looks like, so my mother will be explaining, giving some other example, how actually the phone looks like. That's why Lord Krishna is explaining. If we all know the tree, we know from the roots the tree comes. So like that, he is explaining, he is giving the example of tree. Roots are the supreme self, and the branches are the species, the Manushya Yoni, all the 14 yonis, the Manushya Yoni, Tadyak Yoni, and all the Nikrishta and the Dev Yoni, Gandharv Yoni, Yaksha Yoni, all the yonis. These are the branches. So if we are doing the good karmas, we will be going the upwards branches, and if we are doing the bad karmas, we will be going the downwards branches. So that the branches are our species, and the roots are the supreme self. And Vriksha example is just to explain us the roots are above, means not the downside, the supreme self is upside, and Lord knows why he has given that example. Just to make us understand, he has given that example. That's it. Okay.
Okay. Clear. Okay. Thank you.
Jai Shri Krishna. Tapsi ji.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
You told us that there should be no desire. We have to leave our desires. How can we progress then? If we leave our desires, how can we go ahead, or how can we compete, or how can we survive without desires?
In last session only, 12th chapter, second part, I explained this in detail. We don't have to leave the desires in this stage of life. That is the stage of yogis. But we have to start practicing that. Once we should have the desires, then we will complete that. We have achieved something in life, then we will renounce everything. First we should have, otherwise if we don't have desires, we should not feel attached. Lord says you just do everything with kartavya buddhi. So desire should be for kartavya only, not for myself. If I am attached, that is not happening what I wish, what is my desire, then I will be very sad. If that happens, I will be very happy. So that attachment should be lesser. With practice, that will happen. So desire we should have, not this time I will just think of and I will just renounce all the desire. That is not going to happen. We have to practice that, start practicing in small things, in 1-2 tasks, then 10 tasks, then 20 tasks for 1 week, then 2 weeks, then 3 weeks, then 1 month. Like that, we can start practicing. This week, I'm not going to do what is not good for me, and my desire is there. That is my desire, but not good for me. I will not do that. That is my practice.
Is there any distinction between good desire and, I can understand desires, but for me especially, I have a desire to wear good clothes. Is this a bad desire? Or I have a desire to drive a car. Is this a good desire or a bad desire?
Sometimes if you are attached, if you are not getting that and you are frustrated,
No,
that is a bad desire.
I am in a position that I can wear a good clothes. Is that a desire?
No, that is fine. That is fine. Having something and that is my desire. I should go to USA. I want to go and I'm not having that much money. That is my desire. I have to go. I can't bear that, but I will be doing something that I have to go. And now I am feeling frustrated because I can't go. That is my desire. Wearing good clothes is a desire. But if I'm not getting that, I should not feel frustrated. I am okay with that. I'm getting any type of clothes, but that is good and I'm okay with that. I'm santushta. That is okay. That is fine. That desire is good. But if I'm feeling frustrated, if I am agitated with everything, then it is a bad desire.
Right.
Same desire can be good or bad.
Yes. Just now you taught us that we should desire to go above Manushya Loka. Is this a good desire?
Of course, a good desire. But at some place after Sattva-guna, see, Tamo-guna, Rajo-guna, then Sattva-guna. From Tamo-guna, we will go Rajo-guna. From Rajo-guna, we will try to go to Sattva-guna. From the Sattva-guna, a stage comes, not our stage actually, Siddha, Yogis. There is a stage comes when they don't have even Sattva-guna, Shankaracharya. There is Sattva-guna, but he has renounced everything. He is not even having any sattvic desire also now. Whatever he is getting is fine. Whatever he is getting bad is fine. Everything is fine. So there Sattva-guna is not there. So all the three gunas, Trigunatita, Turiya Avastha, that is the Avastha. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Shiv Shankarji?
Yeah, Jai Shri Krishna, madam.
Yeah, Jai
Yeah,
Shri
this
Krishna.
is in this 15th chapter of this 5th shloka. Can you please explain this, madam, once again, because I did not understand, and how to implement it in our life about that thing. Nirmana moha jita sandra dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha dvandvair vimuttaha sutadutra sanyai rachantya moodaha padamam vyayam tat. Can you please explain that in and also give an example to how to implement that in. And one more question, madam. While interpretation in your weekly session, if you don't mind, can you please give us an example also of every shloka, how to implement that? Is it possible for you to do that, madam? Please, because you explained very well, I agree, and I even I am very much satisfied about that. And please give us an example in every interpretation session.
In every shloka, it is not being possible because sometimes in shlokas, there is just information for us to understand. After 10-20 shlokas, when we understood that philosophy, we are not this body, after 15 chapter, then we understand, okay, how to apply this in our lives. We should not be attached too much to our body.
I see.
After the completion of that chapter, that feeling comes.
I see.
So in every shloka, that example cannot be given, but in shloka, Nirmana moha free from the delusion, jita sanga doshaha. I'm attached to everything. Asanga Shastra Lord told that is only sangha here. He is explaining jita sanga dosha. You have won over all the doshas. I want this, I want that, I want to do that, everything. These are the doshas, sangha doshas. I'm attached, very much attached. I want my iPhone. If something, I brought also my iPhone, but if anything happens to my iPhone, even a one scratch, I will be frustrated too much. I'm hyper now. I'm aggressive. So that happens. That is sangha dosha. Sangha dosha. Very much attached. So jita sangha dosha. Lord is telling in this shloka how you can get my dhama, padamavyayantat, and how that padamavyayantat is explained in 6 shloka. So how you can get that padam? Nirmana moha, free from all the delusion. I see this word, so I see this is Maya, this is Prakriti. This is not, actually we cannot, I'm again and again telling that is not our state to feel, but we should know, yes, this is Prakriti, this is Maya, this is not real. Jagan Mithya, only Brahma is Satya. So Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha, adhyatma nitya. All the time we are in spirituality. We are worshipping, we are thinking of Lord. So all the time I should have that feeling, Lord is with me, or I'm thinking of the Lord. Not I'm sitting for 20 minutes to worship and after 20 minutes I will forget the Lord. That should not be.
Yeah.
Adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha. All the desires. Now I should not have many desires. Slowly, I'm decreasing my desires, the quantity of my desires. Vinivritta kamaha.
Mm.
Dvandvair vimuktaha. The uh, I'm feeling cold or I'm feeling warm or I want whatever I want. Means the dvandva, papa punya, sukha dukkha, lobh moha. These are the dvandva. So
Yeah.
dvandvaihi vimukta. You are born over all these dvandvas. Sukha dukkha sangyaihi. Sukha dukkha adi dvandvas. You have born over that. Gachanti amudhaha. Who has done this, who has achieved these qualities, they are amudhaha, they are intelligent people, wise people, and they gachanti padamavyam. They attain that, they achieve that padamavyam, avyayam padam. Okay,
Nice.
this is the meaning of the shloka.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Jai Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Aparna ji, please say.
Hello, ma'am. Jai Shri. Hello,
Yes, I can hear you.
ma'am. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Sorry, actually, I was busy in work. So, madam, I have one question that you told that yoni, Manusha yoni, Daksha, Rakshas yoni. So, I want to know about the Yaksha yoni. What is Yaksha yoni, ma'am?
In previous times, yakshas, I'm not remembering exactly, but yeah, yakshas, how to say, on Himalayas, Gandharva and Yaksha, these are two similar yonis. Gandharvas were explained in Mahabharata, but Yakshas are, you see, Yaksha Prashna. When Yudhishthira went to drink water, then Yaksha started asking the Prashna. He started asking the questions. So that was the Yaksha Yoni. There are some specific parameters why they are called Yaksha, why they are called Gandharva. So that I exactly don't know. But yeah, they are different yonis. Yakshas, Yaksha Prashna, Yaksha Yudhishthir Samvada, we already have heard about it. Okay.
Okay,
I
ma'am.
have to actually see parameters.
Okay, no problem, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, Jai Shri Krishna. Yeah, Rajeshwar ji.
Jai Shri Krishna, Rupal ji.
Yeah, Jai Shri Krishna.
Maji, last week or 2 weeks back, I don't remember exactly. I happened to read from some of your notes that when we can worship any gods like Shiva, Devi, or Vishnu, Krishna. So when we go to Krishna's temple or Vishnu's temple, you can pray Shiva. When we go to Shiva temple, you can pray Vishnu. But in fifth chapter, Lord Krishna is telling that Bhoktaram Yajnatapasa Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram is the supreme personality, actually supreme lord of all entities and demigods. So what is your expert advice in this? Shall we worship all gods? Or, because I understand that when we plant a tree, we put the water to the, no need to put the water to the entire branch and leaves. Only you can put the water on the roots. So it will supply to everywhere, all branches and leaves. So what is your expert advice in that? Is it necessary to worship?
If you can do that, that is best. If you can worship the only roots, that is best. But for us, for the people like us, we have to worship. Yes, Shivji is my Ishtadeva. I will be worshipping him. If I want Vidya, if I want knowledge, I will be worshipping Saraswati ji. If I want money, I will be worshipping Lakshmi ji. So people like us, we have to worship what I want according to that. So we worship all the gods. So that is not the problem.
But we believe, we understand that the Lord Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Understand? So when we worship him, naturally, automatically it will go to everywhere because he is the supreme personality. So is it necessary to worship all lordships?
Krishna is not the supreme personality. Krishna is speaking here as a supreme personality. He has started speaking in complete Mahabharata. There are 1 lakh shlokas, and in only these 700 shlokas in Bhishma Parva, it is said Śrī-Bhagavan Uvacha. In complete Mahabharata, it is Madhusudan Uvacha, Vasudeva Uvacha. Only these 700 shlokas, Bhagavan Uvacha. And who's Bhagavana? Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Only 3 supreme lords are there. So Krishna is the avatar of Vishnu. So he is speaking here as a supreme self. So Krishna is not supreme, but he is speaking here as a supreme self. We can worship Krishna, no problem. We can worship Shiva, he is also supreme. So there is no problem. If we can do that, that is yes, no problem.
Okay, one more question. Is it possible to attain the sattva guna that ordinary person like me as is it?
Yes,
and,
sure. Certainly you can attain that.
So
For these 3 gunas, the importance is of food. What type of food we are eating, what type of schedule I have, timetable, getting up early in the morning or whatever. If I'm getting up at 9 a.m., 9 or 10 a.m., how my schedule is going. So that is
still
not,
we may
that
be
is not,
having
you are
some
not
material
going to,
desires.
yes.
If still we may be having some material desires. No?
Yeah, no problem. But slowly increasing our goal. We are not at the top, we are not at the bottom, at the least. No, we all are in the circle where we are standing. There are so many ahead of us and so many behind us. So we need to see ourselves, where I was standing and now how much I have increased. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Jai Shri Krishna. Sangeeta ji? Please unmute. Yeah.
Jai Shri Krishna. Can you hear my voice?
Yeah, sure. Please say.
Actually, about desires, about good, about bad, in so many shlokas, like you have explained the things, then it's difficult that what is good and what is bad. How can we measure? Like something is good for me, and that is bad for other. Something is bad for good for other, can be wrong or can be bad for me. So how can we calculate or measure? Like I say that this is good, this is bad, this is right, and this is wrong. For someone else, like we are all humans and in different paristhithis. So like what to do? Like this is my question.
But, here, what is your question? We always say Satya Sapeksh hai. If something is good for you, that is not meaning like that it will be good for everyone. That can be bad for someone. But what is the question here?
Question is, who is going to decide? Who is going to decide what is good and what is bad in universally? Who is going to decide? That is a question.
Ourselves only. We can decide for ourselves, not for others. That is first thing. And we always know Lord has given us 2 things, mind and intellect. Mind always tells the vikalpa. In our Shastra, there is a definition of mind and buddhi, mana and buddhi. So mana is vikalpatmak. That will be giving you options. But the intellect always gives you what is right. The nishchayatmika buddhi, we say. So buddhi will be telling you what is right. So what happens is when I can live without that thing, whatever I am trying to decide, I am trying to judge that is good for me or not. So if I can live without that, that is good for me. Yes. If I can't live, that is bad for me. Certainly bad for me. So attachment should not be
there. Then Dvandvaira Mukta, like matlab we have to get mukta ourselves from all these dvand which is going on. This is good and that is bad.
Utmost level of that. That is the means supreme stage.
Because if we are stuck here, if we are stuck here, we cannot, like in spirituality, we cannot grow. So we have to leave all this. We don't have to get attached to these.
Not at the moment we will be leaving that, but slowly. Now I whatever I need, I only buy those things. Not I'm getting the only stocks. I'm buying footwears. I'm buying the dresses. I'm just collecting the things. No. Now whatever I need, I just buy that.
If I don't like something in my food, I still eat that. I control my mana. I am not trying to shout on anyone. I am not scolding anyone. I will be eating. If there is no salt, I will be eating. Okay, that is fine. If there is more sugar in tea, I will be drinking. No problem. With happy mind. Yeah, I am in happy state. There is no problem with something I'm not liking. If something is not according to me. So that is the stage of growing. Slowly, I am growing. Now I don't desire much. Now I don't demand much. I have to go out, I have to dinner out, I have to dine, or something is happening. No, now I don't do that. Slowly decreasing these things. That happens. And first thing, we try to be happy always. That is the difficult thing, most difficult. Because if something is not happening according to us, we will be getting anger or will be not being happy. So we should try to be happy. Everything will be happening according to us.
True. Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you so much.
Jai Shri Krishna. Ji, Venkat Narayan ji.
Yeah, actually, my question is out of this scope, actually. Why starting with chapter 12, actually, instead of that first Shatkama, otherwise the second Shatkama, directly came to third Bhakti Shatkama? Why?
Yeah, I explained in first session, 12th chapter. The thing is, 12th chapter is the smallest chapter in Bhagavad Gita, having only 20 shlokas. All the chapters are having different shloka, 20, 40, 29, 30, 78 is the biggest chapter, 18th chapter. So we slowly go from 12th chapter having 20 shlokas in 2 weeks. We say in 20 days you will learn 2 chapters. Now the confidence comes. Okay, 2 chapters I can learn. So after learning those chapters in 20 days, now I have confidence. Yes, I can go further. If we start with first chapter or any other chapter, that will take long. And after 1 month, I will lose my interest. If we start with Arjuna Vishada Yoga, we will go in depression.
Okay.
And after understanding first chapter, the second chapter, that is Sankhya Yoga, toughest chapter. One of the toughest chapters in Gita. We can't understand from the Vivechana also. So first we are developing that eligibility. You can understand those chapters. From the 12th chapter, easiest chapter, Bhakti Yoga. And even after this, we are not getting time. We have got that bhakti, that devotion for the Lord. So we start with the actually Tatparya Drishti, we can say, not the Shloka Drishti. From the Tatparya Drishti, yes, I can understand this chapter, Bhakti, because we all are aware with that concept. From the Bhakti, we go on Jnana Yoga. Second chapter is the last second chapter we teach.
Thank you so much. There's one more question. You said attachment, right? Attachment, duties are attachment. For example, wife, daughter, or friends. How to treat actual attachment, not to attach.
These are our kartavyas only. If you are treating, yes, my wife, my children, and I have some specific duties for them, I am performing that. But attaching, I'm attached with that. If I have to leave this world at this moment, what I feel, if that should not happen, if my loved ones goes from this world, what I am feeling now. So I was attached or not? I'm acting that I am sad. I have to act actually for the Loka Sangraha, but actually what I am feeling, that shows you are attached or not. So everything happens with Kartavya Buddhi. We should do everything, not with the attachment. I'm so much attached to my daughter. I'm so much attached to my wife. No, after if they leave us and I'm going into the depression, now I can't do anything. For 10 days, I'm not going out from the room. That shouldn't happen. Lord is telling again, and that attachment shouldn't be there. You have to come out from that.
Thank you so much.
Ji, Jay Sakthi Didi, please say. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrongly. Yeah. Please unmute yourself. No, I can't say. Yeah, please.
Divine qualities mentioned, no. Divine qualities leads to moksha. Is it possible?
Sorry, I couldn't understand.
Divine qualities leads to moksha?
Moksha. Okay. Yes, surely.
Normal
26 divine qualities will be explained in 16th chapter by the Lord. And if you have these 26 qualities, slowly you can attain moksha. But that is not certain at this moment. That takes long. If you are keep on walking that path. Okay.
Thank you.
In Yoga Shastra, very beautiful explanation comes dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So dharana is ektanata. For longer time you are having that vritti, worshipping or the divine qualities or these qualities for longer time. Then at one stage we leave all that. Now I don't remember I am here or anything else is here. That is samadhi. That is moksha. That is in Yoga Shastra. Yes, Achalaji, please ask.
Yes, this Jai Shri Krishna, this 15th chapter is pertaining to Purushottam Yoga. Of course, it was a very good Vivechana. I could understand it. But the word Purushottam Yoga, I just want to understand it clearly. What it means.
That will be explained at the end of the chapter. Lord will be explaining there are two types of Purusha, Shara, Akshara, then explanation of Kshara, Akshara. Then he will be telling, I am not even Kshara, neither Akshara. I am not both of these. I am Purushottama, superior than both of these Purushas. That's why this chapter is called Purushottama. Okay, that will be coming at the end of the chapter.
End of the chapter. After the second session, this first session of 15 chapter.
Second
when
chapter
we
you will
complete
get
the second session, only then the concept will be clear.
Yes.
Okay. I'll wait for it. Thank you.
Okay. Jai Shri Krishna. Jyoti ji, please unmute.
Jai Krishna, madam. Madam, please explain first shloka, madam. I could not understand why roots are upside.
There is so much detail in first shloka, Jyoti ji. Can you listen it on YouTube? Because that will take longer time again.
No, madam. I could not understand that roots are upside and branches are downside.
That is complete vriksha, upside down tree. You have to understand that tree. Okay? That you can listen again on YouTube. Because that is so much detail. What are the roots? What are the branches? Okay?
Why roots are upside? That is
no roots are upside. But Lord, upside means the superior unis. Superior. So superior is Lord. And downside, that is Nikrisht, Adhama. That is Purusha. That is us. And that is branches. That's why Lord is just comparing with that tree, this word. Not it is actually that word and the roots are upside. No, that is just Upma. Okay? Comparison.
Roots means
Lord.
Bhagavan.
Yes.
Bhagavan.
Our roots. Okay?
Thank you.
Ji, Srijana ji.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, please ask.
Actually, you were talking about the three gunas, right?
Yes.
So, like as a person, like I am talking about myself. As a person, I was actually into the better guna, which in among the three which you specified, the good, better, and the worst. So when I was in my better guna, many things have come like they kept on knocking, that now I feel I've reached this tamas guna. And what you've explained, when I saw all the list of the things now which I am is like that is coming to the worst guna, like why did this happen, like how to get rid of this. I am trying to start my betterment through learning Geeta. So I don't know how can I get out of this, because as a good person, getting into this thing is not actually making me a better person. So how would I help myself?
You are learning Geeta and you are listening this Vivechana, you are trying to understand Geeta, you are certainly a better person. You don't need to be. But the topic of these three gunas, no one can get rid of any of these three gunas. Everyone must be having these 3 gunas. Just the matter of percentage, how much percentage you have. 60% sattva guna, 20% tamo guna, 20% rajo guna, or 70% tamo guna, 30% rajo guna, or you don't have any tamo guna, that cannot happen, 20-30. So percentage matters. So if I have 50% sato guna, 30% rajo guna, 20% tamo guna, I will try to decrease tamo guna more. 10% only tamoguna, 40% rajoguna, 50% satoguna. Then again I will reduce the rajoguna. 10% tamoguna, 30% rajoguna, 60% satoguna. So like that I will try to increase my sattoguna more and more. We cannot get rid of any of these 3 gunas. We must be having, because we need sleep. We have to sleep. Sleep is the result of that tamoguna only, parinam of tamoguna. So you have to sleep. That is tamoguna only. You are working. I am sitting on this laptop. I am speaking. That is action. Action is the result of rajoguna. And when I'm worshipping, I'm remembering that Lord. That is the result of satoguna. So I will be having all these 3 gunas every time, whatever I'm doing. That is result of satoguna or rajoguna or tamoguna. But we should try. That's why we should try to do satoguna's qualities more and more. So that will be increasing. Okay.
Thank you.
Jai Shri Krishna. Anuragji, once again.
Sorry, Dubarai Krishna. One more question. So I have just posted a question to you on personal chat. Being the epics that uphold Hinduism, is there a correlation between Vedas and Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā? So could you please?
Of course, there is. The gist of Vedas are the Upanishads. There are 2, actually that is a deep knowledge. Vedas are, we can divide, that is not divided. We can say this is divided in 2 parts. The one is Jnana Kanda and one is Upasana Kanda. Bhakti comes under Upasana Kanda only. So in Upanishads, the Jnana Kanda is explained in detail. And so that's why we say the gist of Vedas are the Upanishads. Whatever we should know, that was compiled by Veda Vyasji in all the Upanishads so that we can read. Because Vedas are so vast, we cannot study in one. That is very difficult actually. We can do that because the people, only person has done that. But that is very difficult. That's why Veda Vyasji compiled all the Upanishads for us. He composed Upanishads so that we can study Upanishads now. And there also we have 10 main Upanishads: Prashna Upanishad, Katha Upanishad, Kena Upanishad, Isavasya Upanishad. These are the Upanishads. So gist of Vedas are the Upanishads. The message of Vedas exactly in Upanishads, and the message of Upanishads in Sutra Rupena Lord has explained in Bhagavad-Gītā. So all the Veda, I will not say all, but the main concept we should know. All those concept has been composed in Gita. Lord has explained all the concept. That's why we say the gist of Upanishads is Gita. And Upanishads are the gist of Vedas. That is the relation between Vedas and Gita. Okay.
So it was mentioned that the exhalation of the Lord is Vedas and Gita is his self-speech. And you know, in practical life, something exhalation is discarded. Carbon dioxide is exhaled and with the oxygen. So would there be some correlation that, you know, Vedas, so you're saying that Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, which is his direct speech, is definitely has a higher
That's why we are
significance.
giving more importance to Bhagavad Gita because it is direct speech. That is Arthvada part only. We have some parts, Arthvada, Upapatti, there are Shadangas. We would not go deep into that. Upakramo, Upasamharo, Abhyaso, Purvataphalam. That is not our part. But Arthvada is also part. Why we should read Gita? There is so much. If I am explaining the benefits of Gita, that is Arthvada. Okay?
One last one. Gita Vritti, what is it? And if I memorize Gita, I mean, that is where we are moving towards after 15th chapter. Probably that is we expected of us. So if I memorize Gita and I do not put it in practice, does it still make me somebody who's Gita Vritti or Gita Vritti?
No, sorry, Anuragji.
So what? First of all, the question is, what is Gita Vritti?
Yes, who has completed all the 18 chapter memorization exam. That is Gita.
So I can memorize through my mind, but I have not imbibed in my life. Would that still make me somebody who's Gita Vritti?
There is no problem. We cannot completely imbibe Bhagavad Gita at one moment. That will take long, 20 years, might be 30 years, 40 years, how my prarabdha is, how my kriyamad is, how my sanchit karmas are. So that it is according to our speed, how I am going. But you can become Geeta Vrati after completing 18 chapters memorization exam. Okay, no problem. Geeta comes slowly, slowly. Never bother. Yes. Jai Shri Krishna. Ji, Abhijit ji. Please unmute.
Good
Yeah.
evening, Ji.
Ji. Jai Shri
Jai Shri Krishna. You said we are a part of the Lord Himself, right? So, why is it that we have both happiness as well as sadness? And if we see around us, there are some people who are suffering with illnesses, who are extremely rich, who are extremely poor. So if we are God Himself, then why aren't we all like equal?
If we say there is a snake letter game and there is no snake, what is the matter of playing that game? Only you will be going upstairs and you will win the game. Why will be playing that game? So this life and this word is just game for Lord. Lokavattu Leela Kaivalyam. In Brahma Sutra, the Veda Vyasji has written, Lokavattu Leela Kaivalyam. This is just Leela of Lord. He is playing. And that is not he is playing, he has made me very sad and very happy. But Ishvara has not done that. That is because of our previous karmas. What I have done in previous lives. And if I say the first life, where was the first life? I have done nothing. Then how I got the happiness or sadness? There was no first life in this world. Everything is anadi. Avidya is anadi. We all are anadi. So there is no starting point we can see. So I will say that was my first life. Why I was sad. I have not done any bad thing or any good karma. How I got this happiness or sadness. There is no first moment. There's no first point. Okay, everything is anadi, we say in our shastras.
Yeah. Also, one more thing, when you say that we need to detach ourselves from things, right? Or this Maya. But usually what happens is when we, throughout our life, when we are in school, we have a target of achieving marks. When we pass out or get a job, then we want a more better position, more better salary. And when we get these things or when we achieve, we are still not happy. We keep on wanting more. So how do I not or have that feeling of not wanting more?
The happiness is not in the object, first thing. Happiness is inside ourselves. Happiness is Satchidananda Rupa. Our Swarupa is Ananda. Even the child is playing with the toys and he is very happy. Do we have any happiness with that toy now? In our childhood, we were so attached. Now, do we have any attachment with that toy? We don't have. The same happens. How much above we are going, we will be detached from the nikrisht things, the adam things, from the word. That happens. How much I am closer to the Lord, I will be having detachment from this world. Okay.
Thank you. Jai
Shri Krishna. Yes, Malaji, we can end now. So many questions. Actually, there now I am feeling very actually good. I am having a good feeling because you all are listening very carefully, and so many questions from the Shastras. Because these questions, 2-3 questions. Actually, I am surprised because these questions have been asked in Brahma Sutras, and exactly the same question, and Lord is explaining there what is the answer of this. So he knows what in the Kali Yuga, what the people are going to ask. That's why he has given already the answers.
And that to young people, I mean,
yes,
when the questions
I
come
was too
from young
surprised,
people,
actually.
it's really, I mean, yeah. So it's good that people are learning and want to ask such questions. It's really, really a great turn, And Rupalji, you have done a wonderful job. It was really nice to hear all the questions and answers, Yeah. So today was an excellent session, and I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, Rupal Didi, for the beautiful session as well as the question answers. Now, on behalf of Geeta Parivar and myself, I extend sincere thanks to the technical team consisting of Vedangi ji and Rupal ji, and all those who have been at the backstage for their relentless and efficient efforts in making the session a great success. May I take this opportunity to thank all those who attended this session. Please do continue your Gita sadhana and attend these sessions to enrich your spiritual knowledge. Now I request Mallikarjun Ayaji for Samapan Prarthana from Lingasgur, Karnataka. He's a bank employee and joined Geeta Parivar in October 2021. He's serving Geeta Parivar as tech assistant and group coordinator. May we all seek the blessings of Shri Krishna. Bhaiya, please.
Jai Shri Krishna. Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Rajapriyam Dharma Samstapakam Veeram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, and thank you, Bhaiya. Now, after this prayer and just a word, please don't leave the meeting because there is going to be Hanuman Chalisa reciting. So may our week ahead be brighter and more beautiful. We shall see you back on another enlightening session next week. Till then, Jai Shri Krishna. Please wait for Hanuman Chalisa, please. Yeah.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी बरन रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फल चारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहो मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सस वदन तुम्हारो जस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीना राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्त्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेली मुख माही जल्दी लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के देते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे दे राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत ना आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरण, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा, हे प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म है भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महा सुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि तेरा, कीजे नाथ हृदय महाडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप।